time for your ABC 36 Storm Team forecast.
After a summer-like Wednesday here in central and eastern Kentucky with highs in the 80s and a lot of wind, we've got a weather impact day, really a night and day, as we see a frontal boundary move into the area with strong to severe storms potentially overnight, and then several rounds of moderate to heavy rain in the coming days, which should increase the flood threat. It does impact all of central and eastern Kentucky, but the main focus, especially from the flooding aspect, is going to be here in the bluegrass and actually points to the west. A little better for eastern Kentucky, which is good news given the recent flood events there. All forms of severe weather on the table, but I think primarily by the time this stuff arrives in here, it's going to be a damaging wind threat with an isolated spin-up tornado potentially within that line. Nothing on Viper radar. Boy, that is not the case regionally. You see all the tornado watch boxes out here to the west. We've got a squall line of storms from west central Illinois through eastern Missouri, and what is really problematic, those individual supercell thunderstorms that are now producing tornadoes in northern Mississippi and western Tennessee. In fact, a confirmed tornado. That's why you see the flashing purple polygon right around Jackson and West Tennessee. So that was the concern all along, and that's one of the reasons the Storm Prediction Center upgraded this area to the very rare high risk level 5 out of 5. We generally see that annually about 3 to 4 times across the country on average, and this is the second time already we've seen it this year. Of course, last month down in Mississippi and Alabama. Now the good news for us, notice how you hit the I-65 corridor, Louisville in the level 4, but then we really ramp it down, and that's because the data is indicating that line should weaken out somewhat during the overnight. Doesn't mean to let your guard down. Damaging winds still a possibility, along with that low-end tornado threat here. Just to show you futurecast and the potential rotation here, this gives you a broad idea, not written in stone, but at least want to show you how the threat is much higher to the west. And then notice during the overnight hours as it gets here in the bluegrass, notice how the green spots go away, and then tomorrow they essentially disappear completely. That's why the tornado threat is much higher the farther west that you go. But you need to be prepared overnight, have those phones charged up. Of course, have the weather alerts on and your phone not on silent. Just be prepared, and of course, have your place ready to go where you need to go. All right, here's your futurecast, and there's a squall line of storms. As I mentioned, our in-house data is really trying to kind of break this thing apart into the early hours of the day tomorrow. Now, the front's not going to sweep through. It's going to put on the brakes, and what's going to happen tomorrow afternoon, notice heavy amounts of rain along I-64 in the Ohio River, and watch right here, could see a line of thunderstorms develop and move through. These will have the potential of being severe even into eastern Kentucky, and that's why the entire area is under a level 2 risk. Damaging winds a primary threat, but can't rule out, again, a brief spin up, and with that front off to our north and waves of energy riding along it and moisture, that's going to mean additional rain and storm chances, maybe a brief break Friday night into Saturday as the front lifts to the north. But then the issue is, as we get into Saturday night and Sunday, could see another round of heavy rain, strong to severe storms. Totals 4 to 6 here in the bluegrass. Good news for eastern Kentucky. Look at how it really gradients down a bit. And the bullseye is out here across western Kentucky, 6 to 8 plus. That could really cause some major issues. Flood watch kicks in this evening and runs all the way until Sunday morning. I mentioned the severe weather threat, and this is for tomorrow into tomorrow night. Much of the area, level 2, higher risk out across West Tennessee, but again, it's those additional storms that develop, and then this will be the extended outlook for Saturday night. That's why we're looking at several days of heavy rain, storms, flooding, and even the severe weather threat. Mentioned the warmth, 79 in Mount Sterling. Winds are still up, southwest 20 to 25, upper 70s to low 80s. Enjoy this while it lasts. You can deal with the wind, not a bad evening at all. Much warmer than this time yesterday, and we still have those strong gusts and will through the evening hours, and that's going to hold the wind advisory around. Just the gradient winds before even any storms arrive are really going to be cranking this evening. So windy, strong to severe storms late, mid-60s in the morning. Additional rain and storms some heavy rain, and there's still that strong to severe storm threat, I think, tomorrow afternoon, thus the weather impact day. And after that, more on Friday, break early Saturday, and then we finally sweep this stuff out of here Saturday night, Sunday. Look at next week. How about a little cooler shot of air in early April with afternoon highs in the mid to upper 40s.